The airplane botheration was not in Switzerland. They do not come there for fear of rising
They fly higher.
peaks.
Mountains.
So they don't come there.
No,
Yeah.
no.
That was the only place in the world. There is no such sound.
Mm.
Otherwise, everywhere. In America we have got so many temples. Even in West Virginia, hilly tract, there is also aeroplane. But less sound. Here it is near London, there must be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you met Mother Teresa?
Who is Mother Teresa?
She's a Christian mystic.
She's
Is that
a,
right? Will you
she's a
explain
Christian nun, and she has a mission in Calcutta.
Oh, Saint Teresa?
No,
No.
Mother Teresa.
Mother
Teresa.
Teresa.
She's
She's
an
living there
Albanian
now.
nun who works in India and has captivated the whole world just by the fantastic work she's done and is doing amongst the outcasts and the desperate poor in the cities of India, particularly in Calcutta. And she's got disciples, young men and young women, joining her where most of the other religious orders are desperately short, and the youth has been captivated by, and they can't cope with the numbers wanting to join. And she was given a big speech in the Guildhall in London, and was the first person presented with an enormous sum of money by the Duke of Edinburgh, voted by the World Council of Churches as the outstanding religious person in the world. And people at her speech heard, it brought the audience to its feet. And all she said in her speech was nothing more except love, 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 love. Just go on giving and look for nothing back. She made an enormous impact, probably the greatest impact anybody's making it with the present in the world at present.
How old is she? About 80?
70.
Not satisfied to remain in the village. That is the defect of the modern civilization.
In India, you mean? You're talking of India
Everywhere.
now? Everywhere.
Yes, everywhere.
Yes. What about India? I mean, do they leave the villages?
India, actually they do so.
Yeah.
The villagers, they have cows and land. That is sufficient for their economic problem. But the industrialists, they are alluring them to give more money, come here. So they are going to the cities, and the food production in the village is neglected. Therefore the food grain price is rising. Actually everyone should be engaged to produce food. But the modern setup of civilization is that few people are engaged in producing food and others are eating. They are artificially getting money, so they are offering paper. Here is $10, although it is a paper, cheating. And they are captured by cheating. They are thinking, I've got now $100. Now what is this $100? It is paper. So, some people are cheating and some people are being cheated. This is the society.
Yes, but I think one has to be clever enough not to let people cheat.
Clever means that he must stay in his own land. He should not be cheated by the paper and go to the city.
But we have to teach our young to be able to define between those who cheat and those who...
The whole
be able to tell people
civilization is a plan of cheating others, that's all. And they are all sinful. According to our Vedic understanding, there are 4 things sinful, pillars of sinful life. Illicit sex, unnecessary killing of animals, intoxication and gambling.
But you can lead a very happy life, still eating...
Our students are trained in that way.
There are a lot of very good people in the
Let's see.
world.
You can see from your
Yes.
son. They can sit down anywhere. They can lie down. There is no artificial living. They are satisfied
Yeah.
with nice food stuff made from vegetable and milk and chanting Hare Krishna,
Yeah.
holy name of God.
I see, he's happy. But you know he came from a very happy home, so he should be happy, shouldn't he?
Yes.
Very happy home, brothers and sisters. And we've all been very happy. And I hope he will remain happy.
But he's still happier.
Yes, I can see.
He was happy, now he is happier.
Yes.
That is the difference.
Oh, I don't think he's happier. You are? I
You
didn't
are-
think
you
it
are
was
not
possible.
happier.
I didn't think it was possible.
Because your son has come here, you may not be happier, but he is happy.
Oh, you're saying this. I'm not saying this. I'm very disappointed that he is not continuing with education. I'm not sorry that I'm happy for his happiness
So what
wherever
is the-
he is.
What is the purpose of education?
You're a cultured man. You're educated.
Yes.
Did you not learn, who gave you the talent to translate your Vedic scriptures?
Yes.
Who gave you the talent, Father?
Yes. No, I'm asking.
Yes.
That what is the best part of education? So far my school, college education is concerned, that is not being used here.
Oh, but you're cultured. You in your old age are getting tremendous comfort from being able to read and understand what the world is doing, the goodness of your books, and you're able to understand the spiritual way of
Yes.
life. If you couldn't,
That-
if you hadn't been educated, Father, well, how would you be able to have...
No, education is required.
Now,
but
I am so happy that my son is happy, truthfully, but I am very distressed, and little boys, don't laugh because this is serious. I am very distressed that none of these boys continue their education. What is going to happen then when they're like you, when they're older, they have no talents?
But your educational system in the Western countries, they have got big universities. Why the university students becoming hippies?
Oh, well, there are always a certain amount becoming hippies in America anywhere, but we must...
No, I've
we
seen the
must
college
develop.
students, university students, they're all hippies.
Yes, but we must develop the good ones that have talent. We must
And I need
develop
to say
them.
that
You have the power
the
to give
chance
these
of
boys...
education is there. In India, there is no such big universities,
No.
facilities. But in your Western country, you have got nice universities,
Yeah.
nice teaching system. Why the result is hippie?
Oh, but we're talking of you. You have got the power, but people follow you because they believe in you. So you have the
No.
power to educate them.
My
You're
point
not
is
hippies, are you?
that this this education for eating, sleeping, mating and defending, this sort of education will not satisfy.
Well, you're educated, you see.
No, I am educated.
Yes, but how many
But
of
I am
these
not
are-
educated only on this platform, eating, sleeping, and sex life and defense. I am educated in a different platform.
But aren't you translating your books still?
Yes, that's all right.
Isn't that a great
That's-
joy? Great
Well,
joy to you.
translating of books, it does not
Yeah.
require, of course it requires when the purport of the translation is given.
Yeah.
Otherwise, real thing is culture. That education is culture.
Well, I'm very...
Simply money-making education for maintaining this body, that education will not satisfy anymore. Just like I told you, that despite all arrangements of education, why the young men are turning to be hippies? That is my question.
Well, but not your followers. Your followers are not being hippies. People
My
who follow
follow-
you. Therefore, you've got the people who you could help to become cultured like you are.
So my father educated me in a different way. Therefore I have come to this stage. My father never allowed me even to drink tea.
Well, I'm disappointed in you. I came to see you because I felt that being so cultured, that you would want all your boys to have this culture and to have this, to have
We've
the
got
best.
it. We've got this culture.
Oh, but you haven't, you see,
No,
you're all
your
young
culture we
boys.
don't have.
But you're not mature
But
yet.
the culture
How
that
can
he
you-
has, he's giving to us.
Yes, but you're not mature. It takes years to become mature. Hurt, pain, happiness, everything together. You find God. Yes, I found God. We all, I feel very close to God and I feel very happy. But I would also still wish to be educated. And fortunately, I was given the chance to have an education.
Education means to know God.
And I don't misuse it.
That is education. Our Vedic culture, the high-class man is called Brahmana.
Yes.
Brahman, you know
Yes,
that.
Brahma, yes.
So who is a Brahmana? Who knows God? He is called Brahman. Therefore, culmination of education is to understand God. That is education. Otherwise, to get education, how to nicely eat, how nicely sleep, how nicely have sex life, and how to defend, this education is there even in the animals. The animals also, they know how to eat, how to sleep, how to have sex life, and how to
Yeah.
defend.
It seems to worry you, this sex life. I mean,
No,
if we
I'm
don't
not
take any
worried.
notice, it
This is
fits
also
into its
necessary.
place.
This is also necessary.
It fits into the place in my
No,
life
this
or
is
our
also
life.
necessary.
Yes. It doesn't worry us at all.
These four type of branches of education is not sufficient for human being. A human being, above all this education, must have the knowledge how to love God. And that is perfection.
Oh, well, Michael was taught that when he was very small. The
That is
Jesuits taught of that.
perfection.
The Jesuits certainly did.
So to understand God, or how to love God, there is religious system. In every civilized human society, it doesn't matter whether it is Christianity or Hinduism or Mohammedanism or Buddhism, the religious system is there in human society, besides the education of eating, sleeping, mating and defending. That is there in the animal society. So a human being is distinct from the animal when he has education how to understand God and how to love Him. That is perfect.
Well, you've got a good tape there now, haven't you? You've got a good tape there now. Yes.
So that is now one thing. Our Krishna consciousness movement is not depriving people of their education. You get education, how to eat, how to sleep, and that's all right. But side by side, you take education, how to know God and how to love Him.
Yes.
That is our problem.
I agree with you.
Yes.
Yes, I agree
We
with you
don't
every
say
time.
that you stop all this education. No.
No, I don't agree with you
No.
there. No, Father, no.
We
No,
don't say.
no,
You,
I
you,
think
you
they
can go
must-
on with your industries, you can go on with your university, but side by side you become competent to know what is God and how to love Him.
Oh, a lot
Then
of...
your life is perfect.
I could mention a lot of names that still very close to God and brilliant men in science. Where would we be without our scientists, without our doctors? Medicine, they all have to go to university and get a degree
So
before
that
they...
I say, you get.
Yes, but we
You
need
get.
them. Yes, well then
But-
some of your boys could be
But
doctors.
simply to becoming doctorate in medical science will not save me. Unfortunately, they do not believe in the next life.
Oh yes, they do. I
But
had a doctor who came to church, and Michael knows him every Sunday. A very good
mostly,
man.
I have spoken with many educated
Yes,
persons.
yes.
In Moscow, I was talking with Professor Kotovsky. He said, Swamiji, after finishing this body, everything is finished. But he is a big professor. Generally, even though to believe next life, they do not believe it very seriously. If we actually believe there is next life, then we must be prepared what kind of next life I am going to have.
Yes, Prabhupada.
Because there are 8,400,000 forms of life. The trees are also life. The cats and dogs, they are also life. And there are higher intelligent persons in the higher planetary system, they are also life. The worm in the stool, that is also life. So, calculating all of them, there are 8,400,000 species of life. So if I am going to have next life, tatha dehantaram prapti, we have to change this body to another body. So our concern should be what kind of body I am going to get next.
I agree for some people to, you especially, to think like this because you are a leader of your Vedic religion. But for everybody to do that, where would we be? We couldn't all sit down and think all the time. But you can also work and think.
Now, I mean to say, where is that education in the university to prepare the student for the next life?
Oh, but he must fit it in.
All the Catholic universities all over the world are doing it. That's our main purpose, is to teach the young man and the young girl the success in this world, but above all,
the next
success
question
in the next, which means union with God for eternity. That's top priority. And borrowing Christ's words, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and then all the other things are very minor importance. It's closeness to God and the eternal, the one of the beatific vision in heaven. That's the top priority. That's our aim in education. That's what Michael was taught when he was at Sunnyhurst. And that he does well and gets a degree, yes, very good thing. He could be a doctor or an architect or a leader in commerce, what have you. With all of which are essential for the well-being of the world. This time last year I was dead. I was picked up as unconscious in the corridor, and the doctors said that I'd experienced, I was as near death as makes no difference. Well, if it hadn't been for the skill of the man that looked after me, I would have been here this afternoon.
So, next life, how it will be ascertained? What kind of body I am going to next life?
I don't think it matters very much. I couldn't care less what's happening after I'm dead. All I know that it's not annihilation. I'm going to be joined with Almighty God.
It cannot be blind.
We're going to Almighty God,
I don't want
all.
another life.
Huh?
We're going to Almighty God when we die. We don't have to worry.
It's in His hands.
What is the qualification?
We know.
Everyone is going to God.
Yes, everybody who believes in God.
In God.
Yes, and leads a good life, does their best in this world, and that is true.
Then the question comes, what is the good life?
Obeying the commandments of God.
Yes. The commandment is thou shalt not kill. If somebody kills, that is good life.
No, Father, you're being a bit unfair. It isn't. Interpretation, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not unjustly take away life. If a man walks in this afternoon through those bushes with a revolver, I have every right, I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but I have every right to defend myself against that unjust aggressor. And if I kill him,
you can protect yourself from the aggressor.
Yes.
But when you kill innocent animal, what is the reason?
Then yes. But again, that's got to be interpreted. We wouldn't be able to. How do we live on food? How do we live if we don't eat?
How we are living?
Pardon?
How we are living?
Well, I don't know what your food is.
No, but you have a vegetarian diet, which is
all
lots of people have
that is not killing.
No, but Master, look at it this way. You've just said a few minutes ago there are 8 million different kinds of life. Would you agree that the potato, the cabbage, and what have you, also has a life? There's vegetative life, there's sensitive life, there's rational life, there's supernatural life, and there's the life of God. All right. And therefore, I'm not being facetious. When you boil those potatoes, you were taking away the life of that potato.
So what is your philosophy? That you can take any life?
You said thou shalt not kill.
No. Yeah, thou shalt not kill, that's all.
You kill the potato.
Now suppose there is potato and there is your child. Would you like to kill your child in
No,
preference of
you've not
potato?
answered my
Why
question.
this discrimination?
Why you've not answered my question?
Yes, I'm answering you that you are to kill, but you have to discriminate what kind of killing you shall do.
Well, I just said that. I gave the example of the chap who comes through with a revolver. I can maybe protect myself. You're implying...
When somebody comes with a revolver, you defend, that is another thing. But if somebody is innocent, why you should kill?
And now, sir, I shouldn't. God said thou shalt not
Then
kill.
why you are killing animals?
Well, you're doing it when you eat your potatoes.
Potato is not animal.
It's a vegetable life.
Yeah.
My dear, it starts as a little tiny seed, that
Yeah.
life. It grows.
Potato is not animal, it is a fruit.
Is that tree alive?
It is a fruit.
Is that tree alive?
Yes,
Has it got life?
yes,
Are you doing anything wrong when you cut it down to
Yes.
provide?
yes,
Provide.
yes, yes. But
You're doing something
we don't-
wrong.
We don't cut down trees unnecessarily. Unnecessary.
No, we don't. I don't
but,
kill.
But I have asked this question to so many people that why you are killing, although it is prohibited, thou shalt not kill. They cannot give me any satisfactory
Well, I think I've given
answer.
you one. I'm just
Innocent
taking away.
animal killing and taking a potato from the tree, you are making equalize. It is not very
I'm not
good.
equiparating to saying. All I'm saying is that if you're logical and accept
This is
different
logical.
kinds
Now,
of life,
I have to live. We agree that we have to live by eating another living entity. Jiva, jivasya jiva. But if I eat this grass, taking
Yes.
some grass, and if I eat some animal, do you think they are equal?
yes.
Yes, equal? Then why don't you kill your child, own child?
Because there's that's logic. I'm just trying to show you the difference
That
between
we don't agree that.
vegetative life,
But in us-
sensitive life, and rational life.
That's all right.
Rational? Animals have got
No,
rational.
they haven't. And omnia animalia intellectu carent.
Even
And
your
this
own
is bringing out exactly.
even your own psychologist will display to you rational life in the monkeys
No.
and so many other animals. Rats,
No.
they make rational decisions.
No, they don't.
Oh,
Well, I mean, it's been the accepted.
your own psychologist will display that to
But
you.
all I can say is been the accepted teaching of not merely Western philosophers, but all
Not
the
Eastern
Eastern
philosophers.
Omnia animalia intellectu carent. And then that was, as Mrs. Critchley just said, if you've done a bit of
So
study...
because some animal is not intelligent, you are right to kill.
No, we're not talking about killing. His theme now that there's no difference between us and the dog.
Yes,
Because
yes.
we've both got
Yes,
intellect.
You are more
because-
intelligent than the dog, to some degree.
No,
So in other words, if we
even the
instead of all
animal
of
is
us
not
here,
intelligent,
if we had all
you
of us
cannot
here-
kill, because your child is also not intelligent. So
Yes.
that does not mean you can kill your child.
Oh, nobody, Master, would nobody for 1 second.
Now, that is not
was
very
killing
good
a child.
reasoning. That because the animal is not intelligent, they may be killed. That is not very good.
I know, that isn't the reason. That isn't the reason why we kill it. We kill it, the animal, because we need it by a means of living.
No,
It's
you
food.
need it, but just like if you can get nice fruits, grains, meal, why do you need animal?
That's the
You
only
have
way
to
we can
eat.
live.
You have to eat and live, not to kill. Similarly, that if you can get nice foodstuff from food grains, from fruits, from flowers, from vegetables, from milk, why you should kill the animals?
Well, a lot of people now are going over to health foods.
Huh?
This is thought of by a lot of people. I
A lot
agree
of
with
people
you.
may do
People-
anything, but
Yes,
a reasonable man, a religious man, he should have discrimination. That if I get my foodstuff from here, why should I kill and big animal?
Well, it's not. I always think it's not for me to condemn people, whatever they do. All I ask for
No,
in
that
life
we
is-
are thinking
I'm not
in
condemning
that way.
you,
That it is all right that we have to
but
eat some living entity, but the preference, if we can get, besides that, when you get the grains, it is not actually killing. When you get the fruits, I am getting these fruits from the tree, it is not killing. The fruits are there, I take it. It falls down, I take it. The grains
think-
also,
yes.
so it is not killing.
no. Well, I don't think we're really
So similarly,
worried about whether
if I
we
take
kill or
milk
you.
from the cows, that is also cow's blood, but I don't kill it. So if I can live in such nice way, without killing. I get the fruits and flowers and the milk and the grains. Why should I kill the animal?
There are a tremendous number of people being vegetarians today. You're not the only people. I mean, a lot of people
that
just
is nice.
have...
That's
yes,
nice.
they
Very
do.
nice.
But we
They
don't
should be
condemn people
vegetarian.
who do.
That will make them less sinful, and that will qualify them to go back to home, back to God. If they remain sinful, they cannot go.
Would you say that because we, and I talk about myself, because I have meat and bacon and so on, that makes me sinful? If I didn't eat those, I would be less sinful.
Yes. Yes, that is our prayer.
So if I give up eating meat and bacon and sausages and things,
Then you
I'll
become
suddenly
pure.
become a different person.
You become pure.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's very interesting.
I just met a gentleman who told me exactly that. He's a businessman here in London. He's about 40 years old. And about 3 months ago, he decided, because he'd heard this from us, to decide to become a vegetarian. And a few weeks later, I talked to him. He said, it's amazing, the difference in my consciousness. He says, I've become a completely different man. Yeah, he told me that.
Well, yes,
and he's a very intelligent
in the
man. He's in the
Vedic
Mensa
literature,
Society.
It is said
in
the
London.
animal killers cannot understand God.
Well, this is very good that you find this. And as I say, this is not my
And
argument.
not practical also.
Yes.
I have seen the animal killers. They do not understand what is God. That is a fact. Neither they have got brain to understand it.
But you don't need brain if you're not going to study or to do anything further than just sit and sleep.
We are
and
studying because we are preaching. We are studying math. The animal eaters, they cannot have any conception of God. The brain is so dull.
What about your children? Where do they go to school?
Why not?
Do they go to schools, your children?
They are now grown up. My grandsons are going to school.
Well, I don't mean yours particularly. I'm talking now of all of you. I'm not talking of you particularly. I'm talking of all of you. All your children, the married devotees.
Yes, our children, we have got our own school. All these boys, they have got their children. They are Grihasthas, householders. So we have got our nice school at Dallas. Very big school.
You have got a school,
Oh,
a
yes.
Krishna school.
Oh, yes.
And now how do they go through college?
Now, they are now little children, but we don't wish to send them to college. We have got sufficient books.
So you cut off their education like that?
So what is this nonsense?
Now, do you
education?
think that's not cruel to
we
them?
don't care for
We
this.
cut off your education, and we take education from the Vedas and from our spiritual master. We learn how to read, how to write, how to handle numbers sufficiently, and whatever we need practically for our work. Right? And we learn the science of God from our spiritual master, and we find that sufficient for us. We haven't got to spend extra time and many extra
But what
years
about the
learning
classics?
irrelevant subjects that are never going to relate to our practical life or to our God-conscious life.
But you're depending on other people then to do the other side of your life for you.
We are not depending on anyone.
But what happens when suddenly one of you gets very ill tomorrow morning?
What is that?
What happens if somebody gets very ill tomorrow morning?
So we give them medicine.
You call the doctor.
You call the doctor, don't
So
you?
we pay for that.
Oh no, but you call him, don't you?
But
You
you-
want him to be. You want the doctor in
So
existence.
does it mean today that because we require necessary, we have to take education of medical man?
But you don't train people to be
first
medical
of all,
men.
if we can get it easily.
Yes.
Our training is, first of all, try to understand. Just like you have got 4 divisions in the body for maintaining the body. So, the head division, the arm division, the belly division, and the leg division. The leg is doing its own work, walking. The hand is doing its own work. The belly is doing its own work, and the brain is doing own work. It does not mean that when the brain is work, it does not require the help of the leg. But a brain does not require to learn the business of the leg. This is the idea. The brain requires the help of the leg, but does not mean that brain has to learn how to walk also.
Well, I'm a nurse, and so that is why I would like...
So there must be
Yes.
division of work. So you take from, when there is necessity of brain work, you take help from it. And when there is need of the walking, I take help from the leg. It is a cooperation. Not that everyone has to learn everything.
Yes,
does
well, as
not.
I say, I myself did a training. I became a nurse.
You are asking us why you are not taking medical education. Why we
Yes.
shall take?
Because if
No, there
everybody...
is no necessity. If I
Stop.
can pay, I can get the help of a medical man. Why should I waste my time in that way? Let me
but you
let
should
me
be
engage my
self-supporting.
time
You should
for
be-
understanding God.
You should be self-supporting in that case.
Self-supporting, you are self-supporting. Just like I've given the example. The body, the social body, you can take out this body. There are 4 divisions. The head division, the arm division, the belly division, and the leg division. So, belly is doing the work of the belly, stomach. The leg is working, the hand is doing, defending, and the head and the brain is giving instruction to everyone. This is cooperation. So that is Vedic system of civilization. Brahman, Kshatri, Vaishya, Shudra. There must be divisions of work. Not that everyone has to learn everything.
No, I don't mean that. You're misunderstanding
That's all right.
me.
Then your question is replied. When I need the help of a medical man, I go to the medical man.
Yes.
So what is the wrong there?
Well, what I'm saying to you is that
No,
you
no, what
can
is
love
the wrong
God
you
and
find?
be near God and train to be a medical man. Why don't you let some of your boys be trained to be medical men? Why do you say
Again,
no?
you are putting the same question. We are training them for the brain. And you are asking me, why don't you train them for the leg?
But they
That
can
is your
still
question.
love God.
No,
They
no,
can
no.
still work for God at the same time.
Why you are asking this brain to learn how to walk? Why you are asking this odd question?
Well, my brain works, and I also, if there was a war
That's
tomorrow,
right,
I could
that's
go
all
and
right.
be a nurse
You-
and look after the sick and still be with
That I have
God.
already explained. There are 4 divisions. So one division can take help of the other division. That is another thing. But you are asking that you are simply interested in brain. Why not for the leg? But we are interested, but not in that way.
Well, I
When we
think
can
it's
see
so sad.
that I can pay for the medical man and I can get the help, why shall I waste my time to become a medical man?
I think it's so sad to see a lot of very good
just-
young men
let them
becoming
understand this
cabbages.
point. That misunderstanding. Okay? That when I can get, just like here is father, he stand up how to preach. He's not a medical man. But he doesn't require to learn the medical science.
No, but I didn't ask you to be a doctor. I said some of your boys.
Why you are asking?
Which
My
ones?
boys are
Which
the
ones
same.
of us should become doctors here?
Well, or
Supposing they all want to be preachers.
well,
Do you go to your seminaries
Well-
and take? Do you go to your seminaries and take one boy from each class to become a doctor?
Yes, well, if you had an epidemic
No.
of smallpox or typhoid,
No.
you know what smallpox is like in India.
Presupposing.
I
There must be
who would
division.
look
Do you go
after
to your
if you were
seminary and
sick?
take one boy from each class to become
It would be no
a
good all being
doctor?
priest if you had smallpox, would it?
So
If
therefore
no
you do that.
doctor.
You go to your seminary and take one boy from each class to be a doctor. By force. Now
We are
you come and be a
training
doctor.
them.
They all want to be preachers.
Balance.
This is
Otherwise,
balance. Let us, you take some students and train them as medical men. But I am training to become preachers. Why you interfere with my business? You do your own business.
Well, my son is my business.
Yeah.
And
So
I'm
your son is not dependent on you. He's independent.
Yes, but he
You
was,
want independence.
He
He's
was
already
snatched
independent.
out of
you.
the university by your people going round the universities.
But
he was in university.
That's all right. If some of our students goes to the university, there
No, wait
are
a
many
minute.
students.
We didn't snatch Michael.
We don't object
Michael
to that.
came to the temple in London, sat down, and didn't want to go away.
He'd been taking LSD and he was very sick, and somebody took him in.
So when he
Yeah.
was taking LSD, what did you do for him?
Why was he taking LSD? He had wonderful education, happy home, so many things.
Well, he was experimenting. Now, this
So,
is
you
it.
like
LSD
that?
is acknowledged a
You like
dangerous
that?
thing to experiment
Well,
with.
he had a false.
When he
This
was
was
taking
not-
LSD, did you like that?
I didn't know, did I?
Okay.
Until afterwards, and we found him. And this
So
is it.
there must be division. That for upkeep of the soul, that is missing. At the present moment, there is no division.
But he had a false religious experience due to the
No,
LSD.
I'm talking generally, not of him, that everything must be, there must be division. Just like naturally you have got division. The whole objective is to keep the body fit. But there is division. The head division, the arm division, the stomach division, and the leg division. So, similarly, there must be four classes of men in the society. The intelligent class of men, the administrator class of man, the productive class of man, and the laborer class of man. Everything is required. But not that the intelligent class of man has to learn the business of the laborer class of man. That is not required. Just try to understand. The laborer class of man, they are required. But one who is intelligent class, he cannot be trained up as laborer, ordinary laborer in the factory. That is mistake. He must work according to his capacity. If he is intelligent, he must be a preacher. He must be God conscious. He would educate people that this eating, sleeping is not all. There is God. You should understand. You have got a relationship with Him. If you want to have better life next, then you must become God conscious. You must be sinless. These things are required in the society.
Father, I understand that you have translated 10 books.
Now again the same question.
Is it
I say that there must be divisions. We are working on certain divisions.
Well, tell me about the books you have translated. Are there some more to translate?
Yes.
Well, one day you will die. Now, who will translate them then? Continue with translating.
There are many. They are being trained up.
Yes. So people are being trained.
Yes.
This is what I'm asking you.
Yes.
Well, I explained that to you
We are
earlier.
training
We have our
every
classes.
day.
But then this is
Every
languages.
day.
You've got to study languages. You can't
So a
just
few
be
of us,
taught.
so a few of us who have an aptitude for Sanskrit language are studying Sanskrit
We are
language.
teaching Sanskrit, we are teaching English especially. You see, especially we are giving training to our boys to learn simply English and Sanskrit. Then they will be, by learning Sanskrit, they will be able to read.
Latin and
There is no need of one language sufficient, English language.
but then that is one-sided.
Most of us don't. Most of us don't even
That's
study
like one
Sanskrit very
English
much.
book, you are translating in German, translating France,
But there's a lot
in
of
Spanish.
Latin that needs translating too. I mean, you must have a full understanding of everything if you're going to
Yes.
translate.
It will be better if you also join, then we'll have full understanding. Unfortunately.
You have a sense of humour.
What language, Master, was the books originally written in?
Sanskrit.
Sanskrit.
Yes.
Yes.
So we
Don't
are
you find it
teaching-
extremely difficult to get the literal meaning from the Sanskrit to the English?
No, it may be difficult for you, but
No,
one
I'm
who
just
knows
thinking-
Sanskrit, it is
No.
not difficult for you.
When I did my studies, we had to do Greek and Hebrew and Latin, and naturally reading the scriptures in English. But it helped enormously with a background of a little bit of Hebrew, not very much, but certainly Greek and Latin. You get a much more comprehensive
Therefore, we
notion
are
of what's in
teaching
the scripture.
Sanskrit.
Pardon?
We are teaching Sanskrit to our students.
Yes, but all I was saying was, isn't it difficult to get across at times what you can see the meaning in the in the Sanskrit, but you can't put it into acceptable English. You know what I mean? The idiom is
We are
isn't the
giving
same.
every word meaning. A book, have you got any book? Bring it. You can see. Each and every word of Sanskrit we are giving meaning. Our mode of presentation is, first of all, we put the original Sanskrit language in Devanagari character. Then we give English Roman transliteration, pronouncing the same
Yes.
word by diacritic mark. Then each and word is translated into English. Then we give translation, the whole. And then we give the purpose. This is our way. So we are giving meaning of each and every word, means we have got considerable knowledge of that word. Otherwise how we can give?
No, I was just thinking that how difficult it is. I read Latin pretty well and Greek, and I can see the meaning in the original, in the Greek when it was translated from the Aramaic. Now, in your translating, you can get a phrase, and if you know the language, you know exactly what it conveys.
Yeah.
Put it into English, and somehow some of the meaning is
That
gone. Take
exact-
the French. How do you say how do you translate au revoir?
I know.
Auto?
So he's asking you how to translate a French word, au revoir.
How do you translate into English? Au
I'm
revoir.
not translating. This
I know.
person who knows
Getting up.
French language, he translates from our English.
Yes. No, well, I'm only trying. A very simple question. It's not a question trying to try anybody. I happen to say, give an example. What I mean. How do you say
Let's
in
see.
English au revoir?
Just you have to see the, just show him how it is. Yes.
Yeah, that's all right. Mahādeva, you did this.
You see the original Sanskrit.
Text, we have the original Sanskrit, we have a Roman transliteration, and then individually the word.
No, I
names,
see. I've got it. Yes.
And then a full
Tell me about it.
translation.
Yes, I'm marvelous. Yeah.
Actually, most of the Sanskrit, much of that work is done by one of Prabhupada's disciples now. He
Yes, that
handles
I'm saying.
much of the Sanskrit. It's a mechanical process after a while. But the translation, that requires not only knowledge of the language, it requires spiritual realization.
Yes.
The spiritual translation is done by Prabhupada. Not just from knowledge of Sanskrit, but from spiritually realized knowledge. That is the qualification to put the meaning into any language. You have to have realized the message.
Oh, I agree. Certainly, the great in the Western Church, all the translations of the Gospels and the Old and New Testament is done for the most part by men who were saints. And in other words, it wasn't merely their knowledge of the language, but incredible closeness to God. And every one of them, James and Augustine and all the great men.
The most recent translation accepted by the Church of England in England was done by Oxford scholars. Saintly men? I know some of them. I don't think they're actually saintly men.
Well, I wouldn't know anything about that.
Well, it's the accepted by the Church of England and most other Protestant churches in England. It's the New English Bible.
Yes.
And it's recommended by all these churches for their followers to read, and it's translated by scholars, Oxford scholars.
Yes. I see. I take your point that you can have a translation which is purely academic and a translation which is not merely academic but is a sort of a spiritual experience behind it. Well, like I can say, by and I'm a Catholic priest, by and large I think our men who are to do the translations are pretty, well, good chaps anyhow.
So if the translators and the knowledge are adequate, then why is it, as Mrs. Critchley just pointed out, that so many young people are interested instead in false religious experience of LSD?
Why? I wouldn't know. Because I would say because there's some kind of inadequacy in their lives, there's something missing, and the thing that is missing is what we in the Catholic Church call the life of grace, the supernatural. Somehow something's gone wrong somewhere. And so lots of the young people today.
That I was trying to explain.
But
That nobody can understand God and God's conception being sinful.
There's a vacuum created.
That is the
And so they either
it's
take it up
very
and...
extraordinary, though.
Yeah.
Every boy that I've spoken to
that is
here
stated in the Bhagavad Gita.
have all taken
Jisam
LSD or drugs of
antagatam
some
papam
kind.
jananam.
No, this woman
pradatam.
hasn't.
Even your president, you have. I
This
said
one, this one.
the ones I've spoken to. I said the ones I've spoken
Father Bernard.
Even
Father
your
Bernard spent
president.
23 years in a Cistercian monastery, left and came to us right afterward. He's never taken LSD.
Who was
No.
in a Cistercian monastery?
Father Bernard there.
There. But I
Are you a
said,
priest?
but I say quite a lot of your young people have come to you since they took drugs. I've spoken to even your president admitted that he'd taken
There
drugs.
is no restriction for anyone.
Yes, they
God
have.
is open for everyone.
But you said, Michael, I said most of the people that I have spoken to. I didn't say most of the people here. I said most of the people. One person I'd spoken to hadn't, but I can truthfully say that only one hadn't. Out of the ones I've spoken to, they have come here. You seem to be able to help the people that have taken drugs, so
And that is my
that you
duty.
help them tremendously, and I can see this, but I am so sad that you can't help them to further their education. That's all my problem is.
Prabhupada was making the point that the purpose
Yes,
of
I know.
education is to
I know.
know God.
Yes, he has, and I've seen that point.
Don't you think this is education?
Well,
this translator, what?
yes,
if you are
but-
teaching our boy
but you know what I'm...
Sanskrit and English to translate the
Yes.
original Vedic, is it not education?
Yes, I agree with you. That
Yes.
is education, but I
But
mean
you
a
are trying
fuller
to
education.
induce
fuller
our
education.
students to become technologists, medical men. You want
Yes,
that.
because the world must have them.
That's all right. But our point is that if we can get the help of technology,
Well, you'd
by
laugh if you were
paying
ill and there
little
was no
money,
doctor, wouldn't
why
you?
should we waste
If you
our
had
time?
acute appendicitis, what would you do? Well, you wouldn't. You'd die. I mean, you laugh when I say that. Somebody's got to be a doctor. You're being very childish. Father agrees there must be doctors.
Well, it's good that in the society we observe there are many, many people becoming doctors. But there are not very many people becoming brahmanas. People who live a sinless life and who learn the science of God and distribute it to the people. There are not very many people. Not very many people are doing that.
I don't know. I think that's a gratuitous statement for which you could know no proof.
I just said not very many people are doing it. How many people, compared to the number of medical students in England, how many people are students in religious seminaries?
Well, you know.
No, I'm
Well, I
asking
do.
you. You
I
should
do.
know. Yes,
I
so
do
give
know.
us a comparison.
Yes. Well,
Now,
we've no
another
problem at
thing
all
is-
in finding plenty of young men to
Neither
going
have
on to
we.
the
And you're
priesthood.
teaching them to preach God consciousness.
Yes.
And Prabhupada is teaching us to preach God consciousness.
Yes. Well, I've never questioned
So
that.
there's no
for 1 minute.
necessity.
The reason
There's no
original-
necessity of canvassing amongst the seminaries or here for medical doctors.
No, you will miss the whole point.
Yeah.
Mrs. Critchley's original statement was, if the young men here went on, not merely keep the knowledge of the search for the knowledge and love of God, by all means, but let them go on to develop their knowledge in the world of science and the world of learning, and thus become leaders in that particular branch with a spiritual motif behind it, and instead of enclosing yourselves inside a circle like this, being able to spread the love of God amongst the tens of thousands of young people in the world. That's all.
I
Who need it?
suspect
Who need
that
it?
for the 100 or 120 of us in England, I think for the number of us, I'll bet we're doing more work per man to spread it among the young people than your mission is.
I wouldn't know. You make the statement.
Well,
have
I know
no proof.
that in almost all of our centers, except when we happen to be developing a temple like this, we spend every day from 10 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock at night engaged in preaching work.
I think most of
Now,
us do.
in each of our center, we have got minimum 50 heads, maximum 200, 250. In Los Angeles, you see, just we have got recent photograph. Bring the photograph from my room. You can do it. We are giving them place, we are giving them food, we are giving them education.
Yes.
In this way. So we invite everyone, without any distinction, without any discrimination. He may be Christian, he may be Hindu, he may be Mohammedan. Come on, live with us and learn how to love. That is our mission. We say, according to our Vedic description, Sabui punsang paro dharma jato bhakti radhokhaji ahituki apratihata jenatma suprasidati. If you actually want peace of your mind, then you must learn how to love God. So our preaching is, it doesn't matter whatever religion you are following, it doesn't matter. If you have achieved this aim, how to love God, then your system is first class. That's all. That is our question. Sarvi punsang paro dharma jato bhakti radhokhaji. Bhakti means love of God. How much you have learned to love God, that much we want to know. We don't say that you are Christian, you become followers of Hindu rituals or Mohammedan rituals. No, you remain in your position, but just try to love God to the best of your capacity.
Well, I think we do that.
We're all doing that. Most people.
So that is our mission. If you find it difficulty, you can come and join with us. That's all. Practically in Europe and America, they are all coming from Christian group, Jewish group. Yeah, this is a recent photograph of our Los Angeles center. They are regularly living in the temple as they are living in the temple.
Put my glasses on and see if I can recognise the uniform. I'll try to look at it for a moment.
And he'll also be surprised to know that this was a church, that building. It was a big church. So we have purchased it.
Very nice.
In other words, your temple, you call it your temple or a church? A
We call it temple.
And are these married and...
Yes, there are
all
married, there are
together?
sannyasi, there are brahmachari, all kinds of people. It is not restricted. You see, so many children. They are having children, we are taking care of them, everything.
Now, do you have these temples in India?
Oh yes.
Because I myself haven't been to India, but my parents were there, and the Indian contingent from Dunkirk was billeted in my home in 1940, just before I married.
Oh.
And we had all the Indians there after Dunkirk, waiting for more Indians to come and join them. And we had the Hindus and the Mohammedans and the sweepers, and they all had their own houses. And they recovered from all the war damage, and they went off within about 12 months. They went off in 41, back to...
There was some bombing in Calcutta, nothing more.
Oh, but these Indians were fighting in France,
Oh, that is another.
Dunkirk.
Dunkirk.
And then they came, when Dunkirk was evacuated, they came back in all these little boats that they escaped in, and they got together and they billeted them. I was living with my godmother in Shalden in Devonshire, and we had 8 acres, and the army put up huts for them, and they lived there for about 8 months until more Indians were sent to make them back to strength again, the regiments big enough, and then they went overseas again. Some went to Burma, some to Italy. I don't know where they went, of course, but they were very
went to
good.
die
They were
after all.
very good soldiers. No, they didn't all die. Of course, some did, I expect.
So, okay.
But they were very fine men.
Well, anyhow, thank you very much, Father, for letting us talk and for listening to us listen
Thank
to
you very much for your coming.
Very
here.
nice to be going here, and
No,
congratulations.
our only proposal is
Well,
that
thank
you
you.
try to love God. That's
Yes.
all. God is one. God is neither Hindu nor Muslim nor Christian. God is God. So let us love God. That's
Yes.
all. That is perfection of
Well,
God.
you can rest assured we do that.
Yeah, do that.
Yes, we do
That is
that.
our only.
All the,
I wouldn't have given up my life to him 52 years ago to be a Jesuit priest unless I loved God, would I?
Unless you love God, how you
And I'm
become
not
priest?
only one, there happen to be 33,000
Because
of
you
us
have
in the
not
world.
become a priest, that means you love God.
Yes, 52 years ago I made up my mind.
Yes.
That is understood.
yes.
You are Brahmana. Because
How do you know I'm a grandmother?
Oh, he said Brahmana.
Brahmana.
Oh, I thought you said grandmother. I am a grandmother.
That's
Yes.
Well, I think we should be
So give them little
thanks for
prasad.
past time.
Yes.
Huh?
Well, thank you very much.
Huh? Yes.
And
Take little prasadam there.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Well, I think we understand each other a little better.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes. But you are fortunate that you have got a nice son like that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye, all of you. Bye.
Question, man. She said he came to us because he was taking LSD and he had a false religious experience. And the question is now, if they have access to a true religious experience, why was he looking for a false religious experience? Why was Michael looking for false religious experience from LSD if he had already got true religion? Didn't understand. Their best children are taking LSD because they can't get any satisfaction from their parents' religion.
He answered that by saying he didn't have that supernatural grace.
Yeah, why not? That's pretty clear, actually. But we love God. Yes, we love God. a steak and a glass of wine and
Rainstorm
God.
is coming.
Huh?
A rainstorm is...
Rainstorm? No.
Little,
it's all right.
it might rain, but it's not for a while. When it gets misty, it sometimes rains.
You can
but-
understand from the cloud. When it's blackish, then there is rain.